everyone, it's Shari Carroll for simonsaysstamp.com, and I have for you a color coordinates combination that it's a nice rainbow of colors. So I have my 5 inks here, and to start off I'll be using the Sunshine ink, also Hot Lips, Hot Mama, Scuba, and Jelly Bean, and these are really nice bright colors. To apply my inks, I'm going to be using my mini ink blending tool, and I have an applicator for each one. So I have used the rainbow or build a rainbow die, and it cuts all of the pieces in one shot. And I'm using Nina White cardstock, and I've selected the kind of middle range of the die pieces to use. So I have some smaller pieces and the larger outside pieces left over. So I'm only using 5 strips of that die, and I'll go ahead and color each one of those with my colors. So I'm going to start with the largest one first, and I'll be coloring that one with the Sunshine ink color. So I'll just go ahead and use my applicator here. I have used this for another yellow before, like Duckling, but I'll go ahead and just keep that one for yellows. And to get things going, I'm going to go ahead and take off all the lids to my inks. So to apply the ink, I'm just going to touch that right into the ink, and I'm going to go ahead and swipe on these little strips. I don't have to worry about perfect coloring with these, I just want to get the color onto the little strip. So it may have heavy areas and light areas depending on how you apply the ink, but we just want to make sure that we get this to look like it's yellow. So I've jumped forward a little bit, I have that mostly colored. I'm going to go ahead and remove that applicator tip and then go ahead and apply the new one for the new color, and I'll do that each time I change my colors. So the next color I'm using is the Hot Lips, which is a really nice pinkish red, and that is the second rainbow in. I'll go ahead and dip that right into the ink, and again I'll just swipe over this part of the rainbow with this color. I've gone ahead and colored my Hot Mama, also the Scuba, and now I'm working on the Jelly Bean, which is that final green color that's going to go in the very center. So I'm just going back over and making sure that I have the most intense ink color I can on this. So once that is in place, now I have my little rainbow of color. I want to lift these up on my card, so I figured that if I put some foam tape between some of the colors, this will help me to keep everything lifted up, since I won't be able to individually lift up all those little strips. So I'm using my ruler here to kind of hold everything in place while I go ahead and put those foam dots on the back, since the bottom is very nice and flush and a straight line. So I'll go ahead and lay those down, and then I can go ahead and add some more foam dots to the back. I have die cut some little clouds, and these come from the matching dies that go with the stamp set Cloudy Sky. So here is the stamp set, and then there's 2 sizes of those cloud dies that go with that. So I've cut one in a fog cardstock and one in white cardstock, and I'm using my Ranger glue stick here. And I'll just go ahead and wipe this over, and this one's out of glue stick, so I have to grab another one. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this over the entire cloud, and then I'll be using the Distress Glitter. So once I had that covered, I'm using my tweezers, and I've poured that glitter right on, and then I'll readjust my tweezers so that I can go ahead and pour some additional glitter on in that area. And once I have that done, I have a really, really nice glittery cloud. Now I'm going to get ready to stamp my greeting, and I've used the new basic square dies to cut out a little panel of Nina White cardstock, and that is the 3rd square in from that set. So I am going ahead and adjusting where my rainbow is and where my greeting is going to sit, and making sure I have that nicely lined up. And so then once I'm ready, I can go ahead and start inking up and stamping onto that little panel. Now I have all of my pieces ready, and I can start doing some assembly. So I'll peel off the backing from some of my rainbow, and I usually work in the center, but in this case it's going to be cut off at the very side. So I'm going to work on the left side mainly to remove that adhesive backing. Once I'm ready, I can go ahead and press that down onto my little white panel, and then I can just use my scissors to clip off the excess that's hanging over on the side. To finish this up, I've added my clouds to the left side of my rainbow, and I've also used some foam dots to lift those up. I've also added a backing paper of slate cardstock, and then I created a top folding card which measures about 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I hope I've given you some inspiration to use the color coordinates as a recipe for your card making. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.